We're on now. Hey, I'm Joe Vargas. Right here to my left is Magdi. I'm sorry. Maggie Duarte.
What's Mag short for? What's Maggie short for?
Nope, you missed opportunity.
I just said it.
You'll hear it when you.
That's.
I'm not doing my presentation, buddy.
Okay, my bad.
To my right hand man, Adam motherfucking Alexander.
Oh, he said it right this time.
I can't fuck up anymore.
There ain't no way to say it wrong.
Yep.
No, yeah, you definitely got upset the last time. He
was all pissed off at me.
Yeah.
Low key, I started like scooting over here and shit.
I
It
almost had to fucking get in there.
It makes me hot.
Anyway, let's not talk about dark places no more. We're in a good place right now.
In a happy place. And you know what's gonna be even better?
Shit, I forgot my glasses.
When this weather breaks.
It's bad, dude.
Oh my God, it is. Weather is something else.
I almost killed my horse this weekend, dog.
Ooh. Why? Just like the weather?
We went riding and we rode like 8 miles going uphill, and that motherfucker was shaking and trembling, about to get a heart attack, heat stroke.
Man.
And I jumped off him real quick. My son and my uncle, we threw the horse in the water with the mule and another horse, and just forced the horse in the water and just cooled him down.
Okay.
Then I went him right back by himself home.
It's true. You can lead a horse to water, but you got to push it in.
You know what? I got to. No, you can push. No, I heard a long time ago. You can never lead a horse to water. And my response was, "Well, you can fucking drown the motherfucker trying to." You know what I mean?
Yep.
But my uncle told me something I never realized, dude. And I mean, I've been around horses all my life, and he said, "A horse is." I don't know if it sounds the same in Spanish. Maybe you can translate for me. He said, "Mijo, un caballo es un caballero. He'll do whatever you tell him to. He'll even die for you, without even hesitating." Mm-hmm. And that basically, I kind of said it myself, huh? But caballeros basically, it doesn't make the sense in Spanish, but it says it's like he's like a gentleman. Mm-hmm. He'll ride with a horse with if he loves his trainer, his owner, he'll do anything for him, even go into battle and die. I guess that's why in the military, the officers are only the ones that rode horses, huh? Back in the days.
Yeah.
Man, I guess there are no real horses.
Look at the Navajo, the Apache, the natives, and all that. Their horses would. Basically, there's a movie called Young Guns. Have you ever seen it?
No, but I know it.
There's a horse. I'm not even gonna say what word it was, but the regulators are going down. They stop and they see the mountain, and the Chavez, the native, he's going with the horse, and he starts heading downhill full speed, and then the rest of the horses see, so they go, and then one of the cowboys tells Chavez, "What the fuck were you telling the horse?" I was telling him to stop, dog. He never stopped because he knew they were going to kill him, He was protecting him.
Is Young Guns, is that where it's like regulators?
Mount up.
That's where that's from.
Yeah.
All right. No, I never saw it. It's like, I know it's got a bunch of like Emilio Estevez.
Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, all of them guys.
What's that dude from La Bamba? Richie Valens?
Lou Diamond
Phillips.
Damn.
Yep.
I know some old school shit.
Did you see it?
Kevin Costner?
No.
Not Kevin Costner. The other fucking dude.
Kevin Bacon?
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon's in
No,
it?
not him.
Oh.
There's a lot of guys in that movie, though.
Kevin Costner.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Kiefer Sutherland.
He's in
like
everything.
White men, they look alike.
Yeah, they all
Kiefer Sutherland is like Plan B Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
He's like,
I like him in the...
They call it the B list.
Yeah.
Man, I'm having brain fart, so I can't even think of that movie. 4 little kids find that dead body and they go for a hike.
Stand By Me?
Stand By Me, dog.
Somebody told me that
Like
there's a movie theory.
Only the old people know that shit.
Dum.
She don't know that shit, dog.
I don't know.
There's
That looks funny.
movie theory where Kiefer Sutherland and the characters Kiefer Sutherland played in Stand By Me, the dead body messed him up. And so he went out to California and found a crew and became the Lost Boys.
That's right. I came after, huh?
Yeah.
Damn.
So, matter of fact, speaking of, I looked back into your favorite movie or former favorite movie, Rudy. So much of that movie did not happen. Are you prepared?
I already know that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Didn't we already talk about that?
I told him that the movie was
Yeah.
bunk, but I didn't express it. Like I don't like Hollywood at all. Like everything is, remember the Titans?
But it's like I remember that's one of my favorite movies too.
It didn't happen.
I mentioned that
It
earlier.
didn't happen as bad.
Fuck.
I mean, it was not.
But it's placebo.
Placebo.
Is that what it's called?
What?
When it just mentally
Like when you think
it happened.
it happened.
It motivates you.
Yeah.
It's motivational.
I see what you
I
mean.
understand.
Yeah.
It is a bit.
Like I've had fights remember the Titans, kids, like 300. Like, it didn't happen accurately like that, but it happened. Mm-hmm. And I would tell the kids, CC and them when they were younger, ooh, wow. Like,
okay,
they were all 300, all the kids when we used to go fight.
No, that's a good, like, just hold on to the story. It doesn't matter whether the truth is right. But doesn't that take away from it if something's presented to you as truth and you find out doesn't that kind of like wipe?
What is the truth? What is time?
Time
just
is
a figment of your imagination.
Actually,
time is a construct.
Time is a human construct. It very much is.
What is the truth?
I think it's only
the truth is actually what
I could do something right now, and you tell somebody the truth, and then they're gonna tell somebody else, and by the time the truth gets to the other person, it's not even the truth anymore.
So the truth is what.
That's true.
What we believe.
Every time a story is told, it loses its fucking validity.
Yep.
Big words, dog.
I had to.
That's why I hang out with these two people, man. They put me. I learned a lot of new shit with them. I'm still like, hey, Holmes, check it out, eh?
Essay. No.
Think I'm fucking stupid, eh?
The
stereotype is true.
Is that the Mexican version of the Massachusetts?
That's the.
You think you're better than me?
Yeah, same shit.
Yeah, that's like so many. Like you hear somebody in Massachusetts or East Coast, you hear the question, "You think you're better than me?" A fight is about to happen.
Hey, you ever watch Ted?
Yes.
Is that girl in Ted? Is it true that the Boston girls talk like her?
Yeah. Not yeah. It's
Are you calling me a whore?
Ted's girlfriend is hilarious. Yeah. I watched Ted 2 a couple weeks ago. That movie is hilarious.
I haven't seen those in a while.
Yep.
They're funny though. I like them.
Canelo fights this weekend, doesn't he?
Yeah. Sure does, bud.
Is it going to be worth watching?
I mean, any Canelo fight is worth watching. I mean, he is the face of boxing right now.
Right.
His face is slowly fading.
Mm-hmm.
So,
dang, that was a good one.
I just thought about that shit right now. He's on his way out, dog, and hopefully he can keep doing it. But I hope he goes out on his high horse, not getting dropped or beat. I don't think Berlanga could do it, but
yeah, you never know, man.
You never know in this game. I don't think, but and I've been wrong before.
I mean, it's a big thing for Berlanga to get the ring, get the opportunity.
Damn, who are those pedophiles, dog?
No,
I just hope that he does better than Charlo did.
Yeah.
God, they do look like fucking pedophiles.
That's actually okay. I just pulled up a. Well, let's keep talking about Canelo. We'll get to that in a second.
I gotta pull that shit up, man. It's distracting as
fuck.
I'm
like I'm over here and I'm thinking fucking John Wayne Gacy and shit. Ted
I can't even tell if that's a chick or a dude. Fuck. All right. Yeah. No. You know what? Anything can happen in the fucking ring, dude. Sometimes. We talked about it last week about, big surprises, and you never fucking know.
You fucking never know.
You never know, man. You never fucking know, bro.
And one thing that's really interesting is just, it's another fight where the B corner gets a moral victory if he survives, if he goes the whole distance.
That's a good point.
That's what it is. Like, if Canelo loses, he loses big. But if Berlanga just goes the distance, he wins.
Yeah.
You know.
So far, all the guys that fought, Mayweather, what you just said is true, like moral victory, right?
Right.
Canelo had a moral victory against Mayweather.
I was thinking the same thing.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I don't think anybody's had a moral victory against Canelo yet. Munguia is to be proven.
Yeah, you're right. He'll be fighting soon. Yeah.
But other than that, I don't see anybody. Could it be Berlanga? Maybe he's young enough to have a moral victory against Canelo.
And that's just age definitely matters. If you're getting in that ring and you're young, this is an experience. This is something that's going to put on your resume if you handle it right. If you train, if he gets knocked out in the first whatever, it's not happening.
Yeah.
For the sake of the future of the sport, I would like for him to put on a better performance than people are expecting him to.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
The way I see that fight going down is he's going to do everything in his power to beat Canelo, and he's going to expose himself.
Yeah, he's going to open.
Canelo will get him Canelo hasn't knocked nobody out in a long time. I think he's going to get him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he definitely has the opportunity to. He leaves himself open too much. Edgar does so, and he's been knocked down, man. So.
And that rivalry between Puerto Rico and Mexico.
Yeah.
It's like it's gonna put a little bit more flavor to that fight,
That's what my dad said last night. He's like, he's gonna knock him out because you could tell that he's going for the knockout.
Well, all the experts picking. Who's picking?
Well, of course, everybody picks Canelo. I'm looking for the full card.
Oh, we have Erislandy Lara, which fought Canelo a while back, fighting against Danny Garcia, if I'm not mistaken.
Little box record, you can find it like that.
And Caleb Plant is fighting this dude named, his first name, I can't remember his first name, McCumbee, but his last name is McCumbee.
Caleb Plant is on that card?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So those are like the 3 main card fights.
You don't even know how to search for shit, dog.
It's like Taylor McCumbee or Travis. I think it's Taylor McCumbee. Some fool they fucking pulled out of the...
I'm interested to see Caleb Plant. He's been quiet of all the fights that have been happening in the past couple of years.
I think... when was his last... Was his last fight against Benavidez?
Yeah.
It was, huh? That was a long time ago. That was definitely about a little over a year ago, I think. But, yeah, that Danny Garcia fight...
Oh, yeah, Danny's fighting too.
Mm-hmm. Danny Garcia against Lara. That's interesting. Lara's a champ, if I'm not mistaken, so he's
This is
trying
the whole
to...
card.
Okay. I don't recognize any of those names.
Stephen Fulton is the guy who fought the kid over there in Asia, remember?
Oh, that's right, Cool Boy.
Yeah.
Cool Boy Steph. He fought in Inoue.
So these are your top 4 fights.
Japan.
Rolly Romero dropped. I don't think he'll be on TV, but he dropped off.
Yeah, he did.
Manuel Jaimes. And then Lawrence King's on there. Jonathan Lopez. Yeah, fuck all those guys. Anyways,
so there's nothing. The only one we want to call is Canelo. You're calling Canelo. You're calling Canelo by knockout. Is that what you?
I'm interested in Danny Garcia fight.
That's interesting.
Elislandy Lara, I think, is a little older. Let me see.
He is. He's like in his
41.
40s. Yeah, but he had actually a very impressive win. His last one was pretty impressive. I think he knocked him out in the first round.
Wait, there's one guy on the past 2 Canelo fights I've seen. He's always fight. Is that Lara?
He's a lefty. He's a Cuban lefty.
Okay, no, it's not him.
And he actually, Canelo, this was a long time ago, though. These guys were fucking Lara. They were younger, you know. He was more in his prime, and he had... some people argue that he fucking lost that fight, actually.
That Canelo lost that fight?
Yeah, I think he fought him the fight after Mayweather, if I'm not mistaken.
That'd be something interesting to pull up.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, so are you calling Canelo knockout?
I think... let me see, Joe Sardames. I think by the 10th round.
Okay.
TKO, he beat up too much.
He's gonna stoppage, 10-round stoppage.
Yeah.
That's a long
on cut on his left eye and bruised right rib.
You know what I mean? That's a long.
I think it might happen earlier, man.
Sure, hopefully she's right.
Yeah, no, just to get your ass beat for 10.
The only way I see Berlanga winning is by knockout. And Canelo has an iron chin, dude.
Yeah.
Right.
If Triple G couldn't fucking knock him out. He's probably the hardest hitting guy.
Or somebody else that can hit hard. Oh, Jacobs.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, according to him, the guy who he felt his punches more was Kirkland.
Oh yeah, that motherfucker was strong to Canelo. Canelo wiped his career away.
Yeah, I didn't hear about
that
him
kid. That kid was a fucking phenom, dude.
Yeah, he said that he's the guy who's
hit the hardest.
Mm-hmm.
Kirkland.
That kid was. But he was a kid who, that's when I first started noticing fighters with mental weaknesses.
Yeah.
He had a female coach, and I forget her name. Wolf.
Oh.
I don't remember her name. We could look it up, but she was in prison. Mm-hmm. She fought pro, and she act like she had to break these kids psychologically so they can respond to her.
Yeah.
And she would drive with the punching bag in the back of her truck and be screaming at them, driving it about 2 to 5 miles per hour, walking it, chasing it, punching it in the country out there in Texas, And she was always like on top of them, just treated them like shit. And I would see him that he didn't respond well to her.
Yeah.
So I said, as soon as he faces adversity, he's gonna have a hard time. Yeah. And
is that still a common mentality with coaches? I'm gonna be mean to them so they can be tough.
Some coaches.
That's just, I figure that's so outdated. That's such an outdated mentality. It was parenting like 75% of all boomers, I'm making numbers up to prove my point, but 75% of all boomers parented like that. Yeah. It's like, if I'm an asshole. I don't know
what that means. Like, I'm not hip to that shit. What's a boomer?
Boomers is older than you guys, right?
Yeah, it's the generation before us.
So what they do?
They, the tough ass parents that don't hug their kids.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just
tough love type shit.
Yeah, tough. Yeah,
their cars got pushed onto us. And then,
yeah, exactly. Their parents didn't.
I don't mind it though.
You didn't.
I didn't. My parents, I don't think are boomers, but
Yeah.
I didn't. I think it kind of builds you up.
They're
man.
boomers from Mexico though.
Yeah.
That's a different. That's
I
a different
guess.
kind of boomer.
That's true.
It's a different kind of boomer. Yes.
That is a different kind of boomer. Yeah, my dad's clearly a boomer. My friends' dads were all boomers.
My dad was a fucking boomer. but it's funny to see him now, all like, because my dad's had an addiction to drugs all his life, and the drugs have shrunk him and made him very tiny and ¿cómo se dice? Frail. And it's funny he scares me still. I don't know if it's the booming in my head, but he doesn't scare me. But I was like, I can.
Still his son.
If you have that reverent, you have that reverent fear.
Yeah,
That's different.
Yeah, and I respect my father. I respect my father. And if he says something, I'll listen, but I'll give him my point across. And it's funny because now that he's clean, he's been clean for 2-3 months. Kind of like raising him now, like how to conduct him, because he told me
you're like reintroducing him to the world.
He said, Joe, I haven't had a positive dream in 40 years.
Wow.
So he says, if I say something wrong, let me know.
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of like is letting me guide him. So my dad's mindset is very fucking weak and like negative, like I am, but to attend to it like a different degree.
So that's different for you because you're
He's
now
making me soft now, dog.
Right, because
bro.
it's like now you have to.
Does that make you uncomfortable?
No, I'm fine. You have to watch what you say and think because you know that you're passing it on.
Yeah,
it's big different.
Yeah.
And that's that reverent fear you have for your father. It's like I'm not afraid of him because of his stature. I fear him because of his love.
Yeah.
That's the thing. My dad, my father, he would say, I'd rather them fear me than love me.
Yeah, that's sad, but it's true though.
And he got his wish. All 3 of his boys, he got his wish. And it's like
I didn't even know you had brothers.
I got 2 young. Yeah, well,
I've never asked.
Yeah, no, I got 2 younger brothers.
I didn't know either.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
My father broke my family. Like, and so it's like I don't talk to either of my younger brothers.
Okay.
It's just me and my mom.
So you're the oldest.
Yeah.
I know where you're coming from now, dog. You're the oldest too.
Sure is.
We should rename this podcast Alphas.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna like say old something.
No.
The alphas. And so it's just like that when a family gets broken. But
how do you repair that? I've been working on repairing my family.
I am intentionally just waiting for my father to die.
God
wow.
Damn, this
I understand.
No, because
I can't give an opinion.
No, and it's intentional because my father is a malignant narcissist. So he
damn, she's a malignant.
That's the thing. They destroy.
Yeah,
they destroy.
I
shit.
got you.
And he still has his claws or hooks in my younger brother. So
that's why you stay away.
And that's why I stay away from him. One thing a malignant narcissist, they're a narcissist, so they want to be the center of the room. Mm-hmm. And if anybody attempts to take that light, that person gets shot down, broken down. So, like, I'm just like, my prayer is I succeed, my father sees it, he dies, and then I can put my family back together. I can, my mom can take another picture.
It's fucking sad.
My brothers.
I'm hoping you can repair that because it's a whole different subject, but. Yeah. Well, you know who I'm going with this, right? No?
No.
I have a homie.
Down for the ride.
I'm not going to say his name, but he's hoping his mom would die.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not.
No, wait. Let me finish.
I get it.
He's the oldest son.
Mm-hmm.
I told him, bro, you might go first. He's like.
Only God knows
he's like
the
70,
order.
huh?
Yeah, like 60-something.
Yeah, he's like hoping that she goes so he can sell the house and make money.
But she won't die.
But she won't die. Yours for a good purpose.
My boy, I heard a boy.
That's a whole different reason.
Yeah.
I heard my boy say, we got a saying, where there's a will, there's a wait.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But no, and only God knows the order.
Me, man, my mom was 18 when she had me. No, 17, 18. I don't know. They were both 17 and 18. And so I'm probably going to go before them, bro. Like, I lived a fucked up life. Like, I didn't eat healthy like they did. They were poor, so they ate, like, with beans and rice and fucking tortillas. And there was nothing processed when they were. And I ate all that processed shit. So we're probably in the same timeline right now.
To this day.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. But I don't think about it. I think about just what am I going to, am I doing what I need to be doing with my life to be the person I want to be.
Yeah.
I don't, you know, like I am. Don't get me wrong. I'm not waiting for or hoping for anybody's demise, because my goal is I want everybody here to see me win. That's it.
You don't want your dad to see you win?
I want him here to see me win.
Gotcha.
Then he can go.
Gotcha.
You see what I mean? That's what I want.
I gave up on my dad for like 20 years.
Yeah.
I gave up on him, and I ran into him one day. I saw him at a like family function, and I gave him a ride home, and we talked, and he didn't say sorry or nothing, but I wanted to see him again after that, and I would go by like once a week or once every 2 weeks, and sometimes I was talking to the drugs, sometimes I was talking to him, and then all of a sudden he hit rock bottom, and he needed help, and he called me, and I took him to get help, and he's proving me wrong. And I'm happy for him, man. He's living. He came home for a home pass, and he wanted to go right back. He's living in a rehab center right now.
Right.
Yeah. He wants to finish this. He goes, I've never finished anything in my life. I want to finish this program.
That's a good thing. Yeah.
And
I just see life in that man. Like when I introduced him, I was like, man, that's a lot of life in that man. That's great. What was that?
Enough of the sad shit. Let's talk about boxing.
Wait, hold on. You made me think of something.
Oh,
I lost it, but so we just gonna stay on that note. You know,
what did we say? We were talking about habits or what else?
Now you sent us a reel.
Oh,
you
coaches.
sent us a reel on coaches, and I can't remember the fucking reel for the life.
It was
of me right now.
no. It was basically you have shitty coaches, and you have like
right.
a lot of, and I've actually been struggling with this because I'm working with someone again, but I've already gave them the chat.
Yeah.
I broke it down. I was like, look, I got fat fucking coaching last year. Okay, I was coaching 2 people. I got lazy and put all the work on them. So right now, I ain't coaching you. We're a team. Blah blah. We're working together. And then the coach sent this video of like people. He's like, hey, some people if you want to box, get a boxing coach. Don't get a PE teacher. Don't get a PE teacher.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is straight up. Like,
I brought that up to Coach Devin. Coach Devin used to fight, and he understands the mindset, and he knows what muscles to train.
Mm-hmm.
I met these conditioning coaches, bro. They know the name of every fucking tendon in your body, but they don't know nothing. They don't know what recovery feels like after a fight. They don't know what it feels like to spar. So, do you have to be a great fighter to be no? But you have to understand the game a little bit. You know what I mean? You have to get your ass kicked in the gym once or twice, bro. More than that,
sure.
But you have to understand mindset. A long time ago, this guy comes up to me and tells me, hey, I want to be under you. I want to coach.
I want to be under you, coach.
I want to be
what he said?
That didn't sound right, huh?
Under your tutelage.
Let's rewind this video. This guy came up to me and goes, hey, I want to be part of your team. Can I be under your guys' wing?
Mm-hmm.
Is that better?
Yeah. All right.
Can I train with you guys? And I want to learn from you to be a coach. And at the time, I was kind of green myself. So I was like, yeah. So he comes in and he has this kid who's about 10 years old. And I had a kid who was 10 years old. But my kid had about 80 fights.
Dang.
And his kid had like 8. And I noticed that once he was with me for like 2-3 months, all of a sudden he goes, hey, coach, what do you think about one day my kid sparring Jesus? And I said, no, mijo, Jesus has a lot of experience, you know? He goes, you'd be surprised. And I was like, did this motherfucker just challenge me?
The student tried to become the master.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, get your kid ready. And I told Jesus, mijo, I never asked you for this before, but fuck this kid up, you know? So we got to teach him a lesson. So Jesus, much obliged, you know, he came out there. He dropped the kid, and the coach started screaming at him, bro. Mm-hmm. Get up, go up there and fucking fight. This guy told me he had never fought in his life, but he loved the sport, you know? So that's what he told me. So I was like, all right, cool, I'm going to teach him. So make a long story short, Jesus drops the kid like 4 or 5 times. Every single time he drops him, he tells him the same thing. Get up, fight. Don't be a little bitch, and this and that. So I said, hey, bro. I said, mijo, get out the ring. I told the little kid. Jesus, step out. I told Jesus, corner me, mijo. I said, grab your headgear and mouthpiece. Go put on a headgear and a mouthpiece and some gloves. I said, I did the biggest mistake. I'm going to teach you something, I told him. So Jesus puts on my gloves for me and my headgear, and I go out with the guy, you know? And I drop him. And right when he drops to his knee, I get right into his ear, and I said, what would you tell yourself right now? Go ahead, give yourself instructions. Get up and fight. Get up. I dropped him again and again and again. Finally, he couldn't get up. He just looks at me. He's like defeated, right? I said, how about move? How about jab? How about 1-2 and hug? How about feint? How about something different, bro? You don't understand fighting. You can never send a kid to fucking war if you've never been hit before.
Man.
And that was his biggest lesson. Mm-hmm. Sometimes he randomly messages me. He said he doesn't coach anymore, obviously, but he understands that you can't do something if you don't understand it from the bottom up. You know, like you don't have to be a great fighter. Most great fighters don't even coach, but you have to have a sense. Like most NFL coaches were third stringers. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
And those guys, the Hall of Famers, the guys who really did the work. They just left.
Yeah,
they don't even commentate.
Right into the sunset.
Yep, they're gone. You see them every now and then on some.
I think you got they come out of like Terry Bradshaw and then like Troy Aikman. Those are some of the few, you know, not many.
Yeah, well, they gotta manage their CTE. That also.
It's fucked up. It's true.
So what advice do you give to like to me? I spar. My experience in boxing is sparring. I've been sparring for a few years. Coaching, working with people. You know, I'm even still a little. What is that? What do they call it? Fraud.
Under them.
Oh, that imposter syndrome.
Yeah. You know, so it's like I'm basically doing the best I can. One thing I'm proud of myself for doing is like I always talk to you or Coach Bashir about what I'm doing, what I'm doing, what the goals are, making sure I'm on the right page. What advice would you give like a young coach?
Go ahead, man. You go first.
What?
Yeah, you're the youngest coach. You're the youngest, like brightest coach I've ever met. I will say that much.
I would say just learn to listen, man. That's it. Learn to listen and you have to learn to follow in order to know how to lead.
How crazy is that a coach has to know how to listen?
And you have to, bro. You got to put everything, all your ego, everything aside. You have to learn how to fucking follow. You really do. You have
Coaching.
to listen, bro. Listen.
Not being coached. Like it's like you said
you're talking to the fighter or to the coach?
What? I'm confused.
Are you talking
to the coach?
Yeah.
What? Your advice to the coach.
To the new young coach.
Yeah.
She's saying learn to listen. And and she and I have had this conversation before, and I was like, I'm having a hard time getting through to blah blah blah. And she's like, you gotta listen to him. I was like, wait, what? I gotta listen to him. Mm-hmm. Ain't they just supposed to do what the fuck I say? And she's like, nope. You got you gotta learn how to say what they hear. You gotta do all the stuff. I'm like,
Yeah, learn to observe and be patient overall. That's why I say you gotta learn how to be patient with yourself first and foremost.
And I think the patience part is paying off definitely. Cause right now I'm being very patient with myself. And so that has to pour over. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like
you have to have a lot of patience to do this shit, man. There's sometimes where you're like, dude, you start to doubt yourself too, man.
Sometimes you're high-fiving yourself in the gym, and sometimes you're fucking throwing your fucking bag across the room, you know?
Mm-hmm. Oh, speaking of high-fiving yourself in the gym, did you notice that Friday when we sparred, you were like, all right, everybody, that's enough. And then I got in the ring and did one more with Wyatt.
Yeah, why?
Okay, cool. I didn't.
That's your high five?
You want a fucking high five for that?
I want a high five for going the extra route. Thank you.
I'm not going to hit you, dog.
I saw that from the corner of my eye. I was like,
I was like super proud of myself.
So, yeah, Joe, what advice would you give a young coach? Okay, I would tell them to learn their fighters' abilities before they teach them something that doesn't suit the fighter. Some fighters are quick, some are strong. You can't teach a kid that is not strong to sit down and bang. You're setting up that kid for a 187, dog.
Yeah, dude.
And you can't take a very powerful kid and just make him move when he's pity pat on his toes, take away his steam. You gotta check every kid, every fighter, every female athlete. Everybody has different attributes, and you gotta find them as a coach and make those things shine.
Okay. Both of those is real, like.
And Maggie said something like, learn how to listen. I think what she meant by that is, as you're coaching, if you're a young coach, older coaches are going to give you advice.
Mm-hmm. That's what I meant by that.
If you don't listen, you're never going to get better. To this day, I am blessed to have Bashir in the gym, and Bashir will always give me advice. you know, and I don't feel worthy of giving him advice ever. I just listen, and it's helped me a lot.
Oh, I absolutely, yeah. I couldn't imagine. Like, it's never even crossed my mind to give Coach Bashir some advice.
No, he's like a little Yoda dog, like wisdom and
He is
shit.
like a little Yoda.
Yo.
I've never seen Star Wars.
I to this day, like, if I see him talking to somebody, I just go stand next to him. Whatever I'm doing, I just go do it. I just do
He always
it while
says,
standing next
"You
to
see what I'm saying?" I'm like, "I can't see the words, Coach, but I got you, dog." He always says, "You see what I'm saying?" Yeah, I don't see him, but I hear you.
Yo.
Yeah, that's funny. I always hear him. I always when he corrects a fighter, I always laugh because he's correcting him, but instead of saying "you did this," he said "you said," and then he'll show him. It's like, but it's like, you know, it's
They get it.
His little
Wait, he
thing.
says "you said"?
You said instead of like
That's
"you
what he-
did." Yeah,
That must be I wonder if that's where he's from, because I've heard
Maybe.
people say that
that's what I
they'll
thought.
do something. They go, that person just said, and then they'll do the moves. And like,
Yeah.
Hey, talk about where he's from. He's from St. Louis, right?
Yeah.
And one day when he brought a Big Shot for the first time. Big Shot used to be at my house all the time, play with my kids video games. And Cisco used to say, "Are we gonna go see Finna?" He used to call him Finna. Finna go to the store, Cisco. Here's my son, Cisco, like 10 years old, going to the store with Finna, dog. He's like 6'3", 6'4".
That's
Through a
hilarious.
Mexican neighborhood, dog. They're walking with
man.
Finna, dog.
That's awesome.
That's hilarious. Hey, speaking of Mexican neighborhoods, this might be offensive. I hope not.
It is.
I
You already started.
I was in your hood the other day, National City.
What?
Yeah, they shout out to Women's Boxing Network.
Oh,
they
you
had
went to the gym?
Yep.
So where is that gym?
It's on it's off 8th Street and something 8th and Legacy, I guess.
What? Is there fucking? I don't know.
It-
I don't
it-
know a national city like that.
But it was like there were two things. I was like, man, like the car shows out there, the people just like, hey, let's go for a ride in cars. I'm like, God.
Oh, the Cholos?
The lowriders?
Yeah.
Woo-wee.
There's a lot of those wetbacks.
Like, what are
over
those
there.
cars caught? Like, what is the...
They used to be cheap, bro. Now they're
Not
expensive.
anymore.
Now they're fucking expensive. You used to be able to buy an Impala all fucked up for like fucking 4Gs, 3Gs.
That's what I'm saying. But like, you buy it fucked up, but to get it to...
Yeah, you used to have the hookups. Now everything's overpriced now, dog. Like a paint job like that's like anywhere from, I don't even want to guess.
At least minimum three G's.
Start, yeah.
But you know, and not only that, but to maintain them,
Yep.
it's a project that never ends, dude.
Yeah, like, it's just that. It's crazy. So, because I went for a walk to the 7-Eleven to get something, I just saw everybody. Like, Point Loma don't have that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that.
You felt like you were in the hood.
I was like, man, this is like nice. Just,
Where Joe comes from.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I'll ask Coach Joe. And the second thing is remember, I'm not trying to be offensive.
Fuck. I knew it was something else.
Is there a Mexican word for short?
Chaparro.
Okay, chaparro. Okay, then how
You
come
can't say the R, huh?
chaparro, whatever?
That's the A.
How come the young lads have such long pairs of shorts?
Oh, that's
That's what reminded me.
Like, I know they're wearing shorts, but they're actually, hey,
So-
your longs.
you're on the west side of National
Caprice.
City, bro. So a lot of the kids wear the cholo clothes.
Okay, it's just, it was
Baggy, huh?
man, it was like they ran out of sweat clothes.
Like
to
10
wear.
sizes too big.
So the socks come up to the thighs and the shorts go down to the ankles.
You never heard that
You know-
saying? The higher the sock, the downer the vato.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's like it's true.
You know what's people the is that the
How's
young,
Uncle Victor shorts? You see?
well, yeah, that's why it reminded me of that. But I get it because he's old school. But do the young kids still dress like that?
Yes.
Yeah, National
For real?
City. Yeah,
I didn't know
I'm
that.
not. I'm not. Like, I wasn't making it up.
Some of the old neighbors, like Shelltown, Logan, National City, and with the Five Sherman, they still dress like that.
I guess I haven't really been around.
You gotta get active, dog.
They,
You gotta
they
go-
dress like
Not active,
2003.
not active.
They dress
I
like
mean, active.
2003 basketball players. Remember, like the
Yeah,
big,
yeah,
the
yeah.
big,
Fucking Allen Iverson.
But then they got the
Yeah,
shorts.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like I fuck.
Ned-
You know
with-
what's the best thing? Seeing them fight, dog. That's
Street fight?
fucking hilarious. Yeah, they start falling in pants. Fucking, they kick and the pant fall that comes off the
Not
pant leg.
functional at all.
The pant leg goes right through the shoe, dog. So now they're stepping on the shoe. I mean, stepping on the pants. You know, it's like hilarious.
Oh my god, not functional at all.
But I fuck with the khaki outfits. Like that's always. Oh my god, those are always clean.
Crisp.
Exactly.
The saying in the barrio is, you might not have money, but you're gonna dress like you do.
Exactly.
You know, they keep that shit clean, dog.
Mm-hmm. I want to talk about equipment maintenance real quick because I came this close to taking a pair of gloves I had that got stinky and throwing them in the washing machine yesterday. But my brain was like, hey, let's Google this first. So I did, and it was like, don't. So I just sprayed a
don't.
bunch of Febreze into them,
Really?
and then put them in the. When I'm gonna get some baking powder today, I got a pair of gloves that stink.
Yeah.
How do I fix them?
The way I would do it, I would get the dry cloth.
The washer, the
downy ones.
Yeah.
With any kind that smell good. I put like 8 or 10 of them inside of it, and then I would wrap them up like a little burrito, the gloves, and then put them in a in a plastic bag, and just leave them in there for like a day or two.
Really? Okay, so bunch of things, put them in the glove, and then
wrap it up.
Then
just grab from
seal it.
Yeah, grab from this
Seal it.
part, roll it up, and then lace it up, and then
lace. I use Velcro.
Oh my bad, cheap ass.
I'm a girl. I'm buying new ones.
No, these are the ones I got at one of the women. Another fun thing about the Women's Boxing Network pop-ups, they always have raffles, and
you always win.
I'm 2 for 4.
Two.
I think I'm 2 for 4.
2 for 2.
2 for 4. And
50%. That's good. 50%.
One of these pair of gloves that said, the champ is here, and I don't want to throw those things out. I don't. I love them. So, but I just want to keep them. But
honestly, dude, more than anything, what I learned is maintenance. You have to fucking maintain. Don't wear the same fucking wraps or at least
get rid of the wraps. Yeah,
the wraps.
2 weeks and out.
And not only that, but like I had
2 weeks, then wash them.
No, you can wash them, but the smell stays in them.
Oh, it's because you use the like ringside ones, huh? The
I use ringside.
ones?
I use 2. I put Mexican wraps.
They're like $10, dog. Think how many you buy a pair of socks for? How much is a pair of socks?
Like 2 pairs for $10.
Yeah, how much would you wear? How long would you wear that fucking pair of socks for?
Until I can't.
Ew, I only wear them once.
You wear socks once,
Yes, what the fuck?
and then you wash them.
Yes.
And then you wear them again.
I may only wear them. Actually,
2, 3
this is my
times.
second pair of socks today.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But you're not gonna throw them away. You're gonna wash them.
Yeah, wash them.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. With my hand wraps, you guys seen the big pile of hand wraps I got in my right over there?
Yeah.
I wash them. I don't throw them away.
Yeah, I would only wear them that one time, maybe twice.
I wear my hand wraps twice. I cycle. I got about 7 days worth of hand wraps.
Yeah, that's
I cycle through them twice.
What?
My mom used to, because 3 of us boxed.
Oh, yeah.
My 2 brothers.
Uh-huh.
So my mom would get a 5-gallon bucket, and she would put a lot of laundry detergent in there, and she would leave our wraps in there for like 2 days in the water.
Marinate.
Yeah, and then she would pull them out and wash them, and then dry them in the sun, and they were like brand new.
Yeah.
Not wash them once because it kind of stays in there.
They kind of do stay in there sometimes. I would do that 1 hour fucking cycle.
I have Coach Bashir. Speaking of Coach Bashir, that's what I was gonna say when we were talking about dads. Coach Bashir did pull me aside one time and said, always leave the door open for your father. He's like, I understand where you're coming from. So I just wanted to say that I got that in my head. Like the door's open. I don't know if you ever walk through it, but the door's open because Coach Bashir told me that's the way it should work.
Sometimes you gotta let them know it's open.
But one time I took my gloves off in front of him, like sitting next to. I heard you. Okay. You gotta let them know the door's open.
Yeah.
Nah.
How the fuck you expect them to walk through?
Well, come on in, son.
Come on in.
So I was sitting next to Coach Bashir. I was taking my gloves off. And he was like, "Whoa, why don't you wash them shits?"
You feel all weird about it, huh? Like,
yeah, that was the moment. I was like, "All right, we'll wear."
These ain't mine.
No, it was the gloves that just got stanky.
The other day, I was, how I always put on gloves for just to show people what the drill is.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
I grabbed some, dog, and I couldn't get the smell off my fingers for like an hour.
It's pungent.
I was
like, who in the fuck would wear these? Like, it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably why they left to be honest.
Yeah. It's fucked up.
Just throw them away.
Fuck.
See, is that so? Do not wash your gloves. Don't wash them.
I
don't put them in the washing
time.
machine. You did?
Yeah, I put them in the dryer and everything.
Even the dryer?
Yep. This is when I first started, dude.
Got you.
I was like,
what happened?
Game over. Bought some new ones.
They were done?
Yep.
Oh, man. All right. So.
Yep, they like melt.
They melt in the dryer. Like, now, what did they, but they were cool coming out the washing machine. Because my plan was to just, like, wash them in the washing machine, then put them in the window. And let them air dry.
Dude, it's hard. It's hard. It really is because it gets stuck in the foam inside. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just not a good idea. They sell, like, these little fucking things. Like, they're called glove dogs. It'll soak it up.
I seen those.
Yeah.
I seen those. So there's a lot of equipment. I want to get one of those fans where you just
put or get a fucking glove dryer.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got one. For sale.
He knows?
I don't know if he knows, but I got one.
No, I don't know.
It's an off. It's
we'll
an off the record.
Yeah, off the record kind of subject.
Oh, okay. I thought this was like a hustle and flow offer.
I'm in charge. Could be.
Hey, really quick, can we talk about fucking what was that, like habits, or what would you call it?
Yeah, you mentioned something
Routine.
about what I mentioned.
Yeah.
Or what you, I mentioned how routines can work against you sometimes. They can kind of make you like OCD, and if you don't do something a certain way, sometimes people think that they're not. That something isn't right. Something doesn't feel right because I didn't do this. I didn't do exactly what I fucking said I was gonna do. I think sometimes it's good to kind of
Get out of the routine.
Get out of the fucking routine. I used to think like that, man. I used to be like that. I don't just say shit just
for
to
example.
say it.
So for example, if you're gonna spar, and you stretch out for 10 minutes, and then you shadow box for 10 minutes, and then you spar, right? Religiously, that's all you do. In a fight, and you have TV bouts, they're gonna be like, you be ready in 5 minutes. You cannot shadow box for 10, stretch for 10.
Yeah.
And if you do, you're gonna have to wait again, and your body's gonna cool down. So you have to get used to chaos if you're gonna be fighting, because things are not gonna go your way all the time. You have no control when you fight.
We've had that experience. I know you've probably had it numerous times, but the first time it happened was when fucking Habib's fight in the last one in Vegas. It was like you would think that a big organization would have everything. Usually is like, like, okay, yes, this is how it's gonna be. But that time, like, bunch of shit, like weird shit happened. We got dropped off in the wrong fucking area. It was hot as shit. We had to walk. Huh? Yeah, we had to walk around the whole fucking stadium and find a way to. Nobody wanted to let us in. We're like, motherfuckers, we're fighting. Like, what do you guys don't understand? So we lost like a good like 20, maybe even 30 minutes there. And then we
Security didn't want to let us in.
They didn't want to let us in, and Habib had to immediately go take a piss test. For some reason, lasted 10 minutes. It lasted long. And they're like, okay, you're gonna go first. We didn't even know what fucking bout we were. So we were like, we're either gonna be first, second, or something. And then they're like, you're gonna be first. And he had maybe like 10 minutes to warm up because he had to wrap him up. That takes some time. Maybe like 10 minutes to warm up.
That's crazy. I'm thinking, like, my brain is like, baseball players have routines.
Yeah, but you're going to play at 7 p.m.
Right. No, but then I'm thinking, like, what if you're running late?
What happens to pitchers when the inning goes on for a long time and they have to sit on the dugout?
They get tight. Yeah.
Some people, even the thought of that happening freaks them the fuck out.
Right now, I'm just kind of like, what if you don't get to do what you need to do to make you comfortable? You
gotta keep motherfuckers on their toes.
That's why they think I'm a dick when I tell them, hurry up, get ready to spar. You're not warming up that long.
Man.
I'm just getting them ready for the fucking wars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or sometimes it happens where like you get there, you don't know what bout you are, and you're like the last. Like for Kwame, I remember that shit.
Yeah.
You're there for fucking hours, and they get antsy sometimes, dude. They just want to fight. They've been fucking prepping so long, they just want to fight. Mm-hmm. And we were there for hours, dude. We saw the fucking sun go down. It was crazy.
Man, I had this run, like sitting waiting for hours. I was at this island festival doing a comedy show. I was supposed to be the final act. He was like, "Get here at 4. I'll get you on." Dude, I got there 3:30, whatever o'clock. 8 o'clock came, 9 o'clock came, 11 o'clock came, 11:30 came. The show was over. I didn't get to go up.
Dang, what the fuck?
Dude comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, sorry about that, man. Here's your check." I was like,
yeah, it's a bittersweet moment.
It was like, I wasted a whole day, but I got paid. But it's like I never went on. It's like I don't know. I just couldn't imagine that kind of anxiety waiting to fight.
Yeah,
like it's different waiting to go on stage to tell jokes, which is there's anxiety involved in that, but waiting to get into a ring to
you just
put
want to
them
perform.
up. Right,
well, guys would love to just get there, wrap up, and boom.
Right, yep.
But it's not like that.
You gotta
be there before.
You gotta be prepared to wait, and you gotta be prepared to go at the same time.
Yep. And that's how a fight is, dude. It's very unpredictable. You gotta, that's something that you gotta understand. You don't know what the fuck is gonna happen. You can only control as much as you can.
I've always wondered because if like the fight in front of you is a first round knockout, you're next.
Yeah, that too.
That's 20 minutes.
Right away.
That's at least 20 minutes. You gotta, you got cut from your prep.
Today, Maggie came up with it. I just went along with it. She told one of the fighters, "You're not drinking water between rounds, and you're not stretching out between rounds." And he was like, "Huh?" Like, and he did it once, and she yelled at him. Like he unconsciously did it.
Yeah.
They went, "Hey!" Like there's something in that head that you gotta reprogram.
Mm-hmm. That's one thing in the class where it's like I don't like seeing people going to get water.
You're a dick, dude.
It's suffer.
Here's the thing, though. Sometimes, man, it's very important. And we've talked about this before. Is like you think a minute. We only do 30-second rest, right, in the gym. So you get your information out. But in a fight, that minute like feels like it goes by so quick. So you have to be in tune to receive the information that's coming. If you have any sort of fucking like questions and shit, you gotta fucking ask them, dude. So I think that sometimes I fucking can't stand when they start like stretching and put their fucking head down. They're not listening, dude.
Oh man, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like you put your head down. Like how are you? Like how do you know you're 100% listening?
Mm-hmm.
I
get that.
And then they go out and they don't do what the fuck they were supposed to say. Yeah, they weren't listening.
I'm talking.
Even when they're looking at you, sometimes they're not listening.
I've managed to do that. I'm just, are you listening? I'm looking dead at you. Yeah, but are you listening?
Yeah.
But during workouts, when people want water, like as a cyclist, one thing I learned when I was cycling is that if you're thirsty during a race or whatever, it's too late.
Yeah.
That water, that's just a mental thing.
That's true, man.
You should have hydrated before you started pedaling.
Yeah.
So it's like when people are like, oh, they'll take their gloves off, they'll waste time, go off to the water bubbler, and then they're just like, that's all they're doing is wasting time, trying to soothe.
And then they get to the round, you're like, see, you didn't need it.
Yep, exactly. You don't need it.
Yeah.
Now,
who are those pedophiles?
Okay, I saw the story. I was like, I want to talk about this. What is this guy's name? Okay, Nikocado Avocado. Now, if you guys know YouTube, this is Nikocado Avocado is a guy who would get on the internet and just eat in front of people. Yeah. And just like eat like 12 pounds of spaghetti all at once.
Dang. I've seen a couple like that one time.
8 pizzas all at once, blah, blah, blah. Well, it turns out that while we were watching his videos of him eating all this food, he was in the background becoming this guy.
What?
The videos were all pre-recorded. He made like 2 years worth of videos.
Yeah.
And started posting them.
Yeah.
And while he was posting
he became that guy.
he was exercising. He was losing 150 pounds.
Damn, that's crazy. Oh, it's the same person.
Secretly.
I thought it was two different people.
Yeah, no. You can see like in the eyes and in the face that they're not the same. Yeah. But I saw that. I was like, what? Like getting hate from people, like, oh, you fat, blah, 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 blah. On the thing, he's like, nah, just getting hate and paid at the same time. And then this weekend.
That's so stupid. That's how stupid we are as a society. We watch that motherfucker gain weight and lose weight.
And that
motivates people.
Yeah.
That's fucking stupid, dog.
Sometimes I'm like, I need to get the fuck off of I
never called him a fat fuck. I just he looked like a weirdo. And he looked like a girl on the left side.
He does look like a girl.
Called him a pedo.
But I didn't say he was a fucking fat fuck,
No.
But he looked like a girl on the left side,
He does.
And he looked like a soft girl in the red.
But I gotta shout out.
He looked like cigarette, dog.
He does look like cigarette. I gotta shout him out though, because you're
the same fucking thing. You're a fucking dummy, dog.
Me?
Yeah.
No, for what he did. Like he just said, I'm gonna take the world's toxicity. Yeah. I'm gonna make a shit ton of money and I'm gonna better my life.
Shout out to him, but
that's what I'm shouting.
People are like, they gotta just inspire themselves. They're always looking for somebody to inspire them.
Yeah.
Just inspire your goddamn self, and that's it, man.
I agree with that.
That's true. Be your own hero.
But that's cool. I mean,
I just think that's a funny.
He was smart about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, he could have failed too.
Mm-hmm.
But if he would have failed, we would have never heard about him.
Failing. Like in my opinion, he started off failing.
But if he would have failed, we would have never knew who he was.
Right. No, it just would have. It would have.
Something that stuck out to me during I started watching the Canelo Berlanga because they just released it. It's weird that they just released it, but the little documentaries they do. And something that stuck out to me, which is something that I've actually believed, is that he says that he fights for himself. He's like, you got to fight for yourself. Canelo does. You got to fight for yourself before you fight for anybody else. Because if you don't, like, real shit, I've thought about this before. It's like, if you don't do it for yourself, dude, like, it's, there comes a point where you kind of start, I don't know, you start, like, losing motivation, I guess. I don't want to say motivation. I think drive is probably the better word to use here. But I think that you gotta really love the sport. You know what I mean?
I had that conversation with myself this weekend. I used to do yoga, just don't say that word, consistently, like persistently, real good, real flexible. And then I stopped. And then I reminded myself this weekend, I was like, because I was in that people pleasing phase. Anybody told me to do anything, I did it not from, stop. I did it not for myself, but just so that person would like me. And the reason I did yoga was because a friend of mine had a yoga studio, wanted to become she's like, Adam, I'm doing a yoga class, please come to my yoga class. So I did, it'd be at 5 a.m, twice, 2-3 times a week. And then we fell out, and then I stopped doing yoga.
You fell out, that's surprising. Go ahead.
I'm ignoring him.
Keep going.
I'm talking to Magz. And I stopped doing yoga, my body tightened up. Like now, sometimes, some of the mornings I wake up, it feels like my body's held together.
So you need that shit again?
What?
So you need that shit again or what?
Sometimes I wake up and it feels like my body's held together by like 100 dry rubber bands. Oh, that fast. You know what I mean? It just, so I need to start doing yoga. And I told myself, it's like, you did yoga for that person.
Yeah.
Start doing it for yourself with the same intensity, with the same consistency that you did it then. And that's what you were just, that's what you
alluding
just made me think, what you just said made me think of that. It's like, yeah, I need to do stuff for me, not for anybody else.
Yeah, that's the reason why I brought it up, because you don't find inspiration in anything or anybody else. You got to do it for yourself, man.
I got to start wearing black T-shirts.
Why? Wee. Sound like a pastor in church.
So, but no, you got to be your own hero.
Sweating like he's in yoga.
Ah.
See? That's good. All right. You guys are awesome. We're going to wrap it up about now.
So, yeah. Canelo by knockout, huh?
And 10? TKO and 10?
Be a good coach and what else? Don't have habits that are going to hurt you in the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep that.
Get out of the routine every now and then.
Get out of the routine. See, man, you're like a fucking encyclopedia, dog. Dictionary. We'll call her Webster. All right.
That's hilarious. Peace.
Like
comment, subscribe, and fucking.
Comment, subscribe.
Gusta, compartan.
Sure. Dale like a mi
Diga
video.
la madre
Claro, este pinche joto que le gusta el yoga, la verga.
I just heard yoga.
Yeah.
This has been a Point in Yo production. Yeah, I think the words, but sometimes they don't come out of my mouth no good.